Welcome to Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. I'm GHK Lall on the National Outlook. It's the very last day in October, Monday, October 31st. We don't have a holiday this week, so it's a regular full week and we go into November. We've got some interesting matters to talk about this week, and we start right away with what happened in New Delhi as it involved our then High Commissioner, now former High Commissioner to India. I really don't want to talk anymore about this gentleman, this brother Guyanese of mine and you and yours. Enough has been spoken about him and where he fell short, how he did wrong. We all know that, and we don't need any repeat of that. What I'm particularly concerned about and want to focus on is that this event, episode, occurred over a year ago, in August of 2021. And we never knew anything about it. It was kept out of sight, there was silence. And as far as I'm concerned, the PPP government covered it up. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs said nothing. All those government spokespeople, ministers, leaders, not a single word. We were totally in the dark here. That's not transparency, my fellow Guyanese. That's not holding a former High Commissioner, at the times, 1 year later, still a High Commissioner, until he was recalled. That's not holding him accountable. That's not accountability. And we know what was done was wrong. Some may say that the video only came up a couple of days ago, but regardless, the Guyana government had to have known. I would think that the Indian government, the Indian Foreign Affairs Ministry, External Affairs Ministry, whatever they call it, over there in New Delhi, would have been duty-bound to communicate with the Cooper Lodge, our Foreign Affairs Ministry, and say, we've got a problem here. And it involves not some low-level Foreign Service officer, but it involves the High Commissioner himself. And there should have been some sort of action, and there should have been some sort of information being shared in the public domain. It could have been very, very brief. There is a matter being percolating now in New Delhi involving one of our diplomats, and leave it at that. But there was no such thing, and I think there's a problem there with cover-up. So when I hear the women's groups and other civil society groups talking about cover-up, I fully endorse that. For the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to come out and say, I think it was last Wednesday, that this matter is closed, it couldn't have been. And it shouldn't have been closed, not with the allegations that were made and not that it reached towards the Indian police. It just could not have been dropped like that because we say so, it is so. Look, my brothers and sisters, we are living in a different time from when LFS Burnham ruled Guyana. We're living in a time when everything is on the table, when communication is instantaneous, when everybody knows what is going on with the touch of a fingertip. The world is interconnected. Information cannot stay hidden, and the government has had to know that. So I'm really particularly concerned that everyone can jump out and say so many things so quickly about what's happening in India and what's good. But when the bad, the unusual happens, all of the commentators and the government spokespeople don't say anything. We have a problem there. We have two standards. We are hypocrites because we only want to speak towards what is glowing and positive. The things that are dark and should see the light never come to light. I'm GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Thank you for listening to the National Outlook.